Love this podcast? Support this show through the Acast supporter feature. It's up to you how much you give, and there's no regular commitment. Just hit the link in the show description to support now.
Episode 60.
These marriages are not perfect, but all in all, they seem to work. Marriage is an institution for grown-ups.
It's like a love-hate relationship.
There are no bosses in a modern marriage. He knows he's lucky to have a wife.
Hello everybody, it's episode 60 of Husband and Wife Sentenced to Life. We've done 60 podcasts.
Wow.
That's amazing, right? The podcasts aren't amazing. I mean, it's amazing that we've stuck it out for 60. It's Simon here, it's Lorra over there.
Hello.
Elephant in the room. I'm poorly.
You are really
Proper
poorly.
though, innit?
Yeah, and I'm amazed you've even come in here to do this, to be honest.
Well, we've not done one for it could be a week and a half, 2 weeks since last time we did one. It's just been hectic.
Yeah, well, hectic, more illness, more...
Oh, the girls... Well, Betsy's still not been back to school in all that time.
Well, I think we mentioned about Honey. Honey she was laid up for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Betsy was off school for 2 weeks.
And half term.
Yeah.
So she's only been back in school about a week since the start of term.
Yeah.
It's been a nightmare.
And now you've decided to get it. And obviously, we all know with men, you're going to get it the worst.
I'm trying so hard not to be that guy.
I know.
But it's hard because it's right on my face. You can hear it in my voice. I've got proper snotty nose. My throat is killing me.
You were coughing a lot in the night as well.
Oh, it's a painful cough.
I've tried to be nice.
You're being great.
Because I've got to be honest, after 5-6 weeks of it already,
I know, it's crap.
I'm kind
It's
of...
rubbish, innit?
A nurse is not a career I would ever choose.
And I don't want to be poorly.
They work too hard.
Like, because it's not like the wheels of life can't stop. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've got to go into work. We've got a lot of live work coming up, live work starting up again.
Well, already I'm like, well, I physically can't take both Honey and Betsy to school tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
So if you're off work, I've got to work out. And Honey and I were sat trying to work out if there was anyone she knew in the ranches so that she could get a lift. And there wasn't.
No.
So I was like...
Nightmare.
Yeah.
So, well, let's not work out the logistics of that on here because that'll make it an even more boring podcast. But I got poorly about, 4 or 5 days ago. It started coming. I could feel it coming. And then I had a gig this weekend. So when was that? Yes, was that only yesterday?
It was
only yesterday.
But it was a really early start.
5th of November, I got booked to do Dubai Ride. Now, there's this thing on here called Dubai Fitness Challenge. It lasts a month. They do it every November. It comes around in my diary because my work is a big part of it. I absolutely hate it, right? Because they always make us do something.
Although last year, you were a proper champ at it.
Yeah, I won some big prizes last year for how much exercise I was doing, which is remarkable. That doesn't seem like a year ago, does it?
No.
This time around, I'm doing a thing with schools on the radio. But the Dubai Ride is this thing where they close off Sheikh Zayed Road, the main road through town.
Road,
It's a motorway, runs right through the middle of Dubai. It's where all the big buildings are that you see on all pictures.
Yeah.
And they close it off so cyclists can ride down it, which I actually want to do this.
Yeah, it's pretty mental.
I think I've made a rod for my own back because I was so brilliant at it. I think they're going to hire me for it every year. So I'll probably never get to ride it. So you had suggested I didn't do it. It was a good payer. I don't do these things for love. It was a good payer, and we certainly need the money. So,
yeah, I mean, I'm all for you doing gigs. It was just more that
it felt so rough, and I didn't think because being on stage with a microphone when you sound like this is awful.
And you had to be there at 2 a.m.
Well, my boss told me it was 4 till 7. Now that for me is not so bad because I'm awake at that time anyway, and. Then the lady from the PR, whatever they are, the events team, she finally called me the day before and I said, where do I park? And she goes, well, here's the thing, the roads close at 2. And I went, 2 a.m. So I've got to be there before 2 a.m.
Yeah.
So this 4 till 7 gig, which is already unsociable hours, is now 2 till 7.
Well, she said she was going to go down there for 11 p.m.
Yeah, she goes, but most of us going down 11 p.m.
So you were going to go and
the night before
hang out with them for the night.
Yeah, that would have been a right laugh. So I got up at 1:30. I was at the house. I was down there not long after 2:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
And true Dubai style, didn't start on time. So I ended up 3 hours being down there, and then to cap it all off, I'm there, the cold, first thing in the morning, feeling rubbish. They went, oh, you need to wear our T-shirt with the logo on. Oh, my God.
You hate being given clothes, don't you?
If they fit, I don't mind it. Like,
But even I,
But it was made out of, what is it, lycra? What is it? What is that stuff? It's like the stuff what sports tops and football kits are made out of. And did it like, what size do you want? And I was like, the biggest one you've got, please. And they gave me an XXL, but it was tight. You know, it was like, it fit where it touched, I think is the saying.
It showed your figure.
Oh my God, it was uncomfortable. Full muffin tops. you know when you can see your belly button looks like a trampoline. When the T-shirt's tight and your belly button looks like oh my God.
You didn't actually look as bad as you thought, but
then I was really hot because I was conscious.
Yeah.
And it was so humid. Like what I've realised is it doesn't cool down till 6 o'clock in the morning now. It's still humid through the night. And I was right underneath the Burj Khalifa. Amazing place to do a gig.
Yeah.
Anyway, I did the gig.
And you even saw people from the night before coming out of bars.
2 drunk women laid on floor. Yeah. Like, because I was next to, I don't want to say notorious, but a proper night out bar, double deckers, which I'd forgot about. So it's funny because we're setting up a stage and, I'm testing a microphone and there's just 2 women laid on floor, flat out. So they were in for a good. And the best thing is, I've never seen so many police in one place. There's this thing in Dubai, if you ever see you out drunk, you're going to get arrested. Well, the police were starting the race with the supercars, the Lamborghinis, the Maseratis, the Ferraris. They had them all down there. But they're all stood about leaning on the posh cars,
So they didn't care about the 2 ladies with their legs.
2 girls, flat out, what's going on here? We must be drunk. So I did it. Yeah. And it seemed to go well. It was quite nice, actually. I mean, not nice because I don't particularly like doing them things, but a lot of the riders seem to know our word. There are 25,000 riders.
That's nice.
And, people were shouting at me in a good way.
Well, what better when you're on a ride to see you, eh?
Yeah, more encouragement.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I did that thing where they'd given me the corporate script, but obviously I just get bored. So I started mocking everybody who were coming past for the lycra, for the bikes, all that sort of stuff. And I thought, when you don't know what they're going to think of you.
Yeah, you don't know whether,
Well, they were really happy with it. Oh, God, you're so funny, you're hilarious. And I'm like, oh, my God, because I thought...
Sometimes they don't like you going outside the box, do they?
No. Yeah. So that's nice. So hopefully I get some more work from that. So I did that.
That's good.
But it was hard. And it's hit me... normally, doesn't hit me hard getting up in the morning. But I think you've seen over the last couple of days since getting back, I'm just dead.
Yeah, well, you're poorly, aren't you? So
bad, innit?
Yes. I mean, really, it's me everybody should be feeling sorry for.
I said that. I said pray for me wife. So there's that. We've got some Christmas... we're going to be doing some Christmas fairs again, which is nice, because we've not done them for ages because of COVID. But this is one of the things we do, hosting school events.
Yeah.
And they do them out here properly, don't they, these fairs? I love them. Like, both our daughters' schools do them normally.
Well, yeah, because we don't really have big Christmas markets, like the odd one, but yeah. But yeah, so I think these Christmas fairs help get us.
I used to do. What was the one I used to do? Is it Jess Night Market? It was called. That was like a traditional one, and it was huge.
Yeah.
And then that one sort of fizzled out for some reason, and such a shame because I used to love doing that one.
Yeah.
Always a great crowd, and it was massive, and a good market. So we're doing one at our daughter's school, Honey.
Yeah.
Which we'd have never been able to do while Leo was still there because he hated that we existed in the same space as that school.
Yeah.
But Honey's not so bothered, is she? She likes having us around. So we're doing that.
Well, all our mates say that I'm their best friend. Your mum's my bestie. That's what they say.
Yeah, so, because you give them keys to a certain cupboard, which perhaps you shouldn't. And you like one of them when you like that.
I am.
So yeah, some Christmas stuff coming up. Honey's going to be doing some stuff. She's on the ball at the minute.
Honey,
costing me money.
Well, the thing is, so now what the schools do, as well as doing A-levels, to make their university forms look great and make, stand...
To fluff them up.
Yeah, to stand out. They're now doing, diplomas, and she's doing some other, mini A-level thing. So she's got to do things like business ventures and drama and,
Yeah.
So she this week has decided to do a Christmas business.
Yeah. Now, in thinking that, in coming up with that idea, how much has that cost me so far?
500 dirhams.
Cost me 500 dirhams because she's come up with an idea to do it. And I'll tell you what, we're teaching her about business here because I'm getting that money back one way or another.
Yeah. So hopefully they'll make a profit.
But I'm excited for her. I sound grumpy there because I'm poorly, but I am excited for her. But I also don't want you and I to end up doing the work. Because if we are, she's going to learn another lesson about business.
Oh, no, I think she wants to. Her and her mate are doing it. She's signed herself up to do the annual staff student Christmas song.
And video.
Yeah. Which I think she's excited about. And she's also...
Again, she came up with that idea. Suddenly, I've got more work to do.
Yeah, a bit of editing for you.
She says to me, "Oh, can you do me a Christmas mashup?" And I said, "What do you mean a Christmas mashup?" You know, like every Christmas song in one. I know. So, in my mind, I'm thinking Jive Bunny. You know, where they used to put all the songs that, "Come on, everybody, come on, everybody," and it just did. She wants every Christmas song.
No, well, you see, now, the Grease Megamix has got about 4 or 5 of the songs. That's what I was thinking.
The Grease Megamix, all of a certain tempo, but, well, and it stood the test of time. The ABBA melody, Stars on 45, stood the test of time.
Yeah.
Some work's gone into that, though, and the amount of work required is not just an off-the-wrist...
Well, you could do it. You never know, it could be the next single.
But it's the way you say it. Like, well, can't you just put them all together? Like that? Or can I have a go at doing it? I kind of feel like, yeah, go and have a go.
Yeah. No,
it is so hard to do. And, can you just do a mega mix? And I'm like, but just find one. Get on YouTube and find one. If it's doable, someone's done a Christmas medley.
Yeah.
Nothing. Anywhere. Right? And if that's people who are doing this full time, have not bothered doing it, I have not got the time to do it.
Right, okay.
So that's not happening. We found a way around it, haven't we?
Yeah, and she nicked our podcast room yesterday, so...
Well, we've got extra mics set up in here. So that means this is now... What do you call it for the podcast season? It's like a production company.
Yeah, we rented it out.
We've got 4 mics in here, which we've not had in here since the days of our old podcast, Fantasy Reboot, which was only little... But when you look back on it now, seems like a different time, doesn't it?
I miss having Roger and Leo in here.
Well, if there's a time when we're all together at Christmas, I think we need to get everybody back in and we'll probably put it out on this podcast, but a little reunion.
Yes, let's do that.
Doesn't it seem like a long time ago?
Yeah, and it was so nice.
I used to love that podcast.
And, yeah...
in case you've never heard of it, you can search it up. It's called Fantasy Reboot, and we took old films... In fact, they're still up on the wall here. Back to the Future, Titanic, Forrest Gump, The Exorcist, Wizard of Oz, Top Gun, Elf.
Some people really liked Fantasy Reboot.
I thought it was a good podcast.
Yeah, no, I mean...
And we would recast them. So
yes.
That's in the title, Fantasy Reboot. We'd reboot the films with our cast.
And one of them, Home Alone, has already been redone since us doing our... No.
What am I going to say?
Since us doing ours. And, yeah... And
they've cast the actor that 2 of us said.
Roger and I, yeah.
Yeah, and the other 2, me and Leo, basically, it's the friend out of Jojo Rabbit who's going to be playing the main kid in Home Alone.
Yeah.
And we said it should have been the guy who's the lead in Jojo Rabbit. The trailer's out now, and I think we can all agree he's a big pile of steaming turd in it.
Maybe. But Roger and I were on the mulled wine at the time, so...
How is it possible, when you look at that trailer, they've got so much that should work.
Yeah.
Every actor in it is somebody I love.
Yeah, I think they've done the casting not quite right. Not just the main character.
You got both of them out of Catastrophe, right? Is it both? It is her, isn't it?
Yes.
Sharon Horgan.
But they don't play a couple in this.
Rob, I can't think of his name. He's the baddie in it.
Yeah. Well, for me, he's not a baddie. And the one that plays his mum does not suit that part at all.
She's doing it. Well, she's Irish, but she's doing like an Englishy accent, which is just bizarre. But she slips into the Irish.
And,
anyway,
and it's set in America.
Yeah, it's literally the only saving grace in the entire trailer is the policeman turns up, and it's what was his brother called, the bully with the spider.
Biff. No, that's Back to the Future.
It's not Biff. I can't think of it.
Oh, what's his name?
I've got fog brain because of the flu.
I've since COVID.
Gus.
What's his name? Oh my God, it'll come to me.
All right, keep thinking. Do your alphabet thing.
Yeah.
That should help you concentrate. It just didn't work. I mean, have a look at it. Do you know what? I'll post it in the comments, and you can have a look if you've not seen it already. Speaking of which, we've watched this year's Christmas adverts.
Yes.
We should talk about that.
Yeah.
First off, of course, is the John Lewis advert, which is the big one every year. Now, a lot of controversy this year, because some of the papers are saying it's just not worked and they should stop making them.
Really?
Yeah. There's better adverts out there this year, and I think there actually is.
Yeah.
The song they've used this time is Together in Electric Dreams by Phil Oakey from Human League and Giorgio Moroder, one of the greatest disco producers of all time. But they've done it in the wimpy, we'll always be together.
But even that,
nice song.
Yeah.
But it's just a bit formulaic now.
Yeah, exactly.
And then the story itself is formulaic, right?
Yeah.
An alien comes down to Earth, so that we've had the dragon, we've had the monster, we've had the dog on the trampoline. There's always the man in the moon. There's always like something that's an outcast who's got no Christmas.
The snowman.
The snowman. And then somebody, a little child, comes along and, you know, it's lovely.
Yeah.
Look, it's fair enough. It's nice.
Yeah, it's
I don't mind it.
Definitely not the best one.
What annoys me, what makes me like it more, is the adverse reaction that racists are having to it. And I've not talked to you about this.
Oh, wow. I've not seen this.
There's a big uproar because they used a black kid in it, right? It's not representative. It's a black family, and the only white one in it is an alien. It's not representative. This is a guy's tweet that I read, because only 15% of people in Britain are non-white, right? I wanted to reply to this guy and just be like, why should the advert be representative? Why should you have... It doesn't matter. For donkey's years, everybody in adverts has been white, and men normally.
Yeah.
Oh, God, it made me so angry. So for that reason, I like the advert more.
Well, what was the advert that got everyone up in arms?
Well, it's the same one. It's the John Lewis one. It was an insurance advert.
Was it John Lewis?
And
I thought it was oldie.
No, it was John Lewis.
No, it was the Sainsbury's ad. It was the Sainsbury's ad. They got into big trouble, didn't they? Everybody was trying to boycott Sainsbury's.
What was that one?
Again, it was a black family, and it was the same argument, and people were saying that they were going to stop shopping at Sainsbury's.
Oh my God! So there was the one recently with the little boy in the dress, and he's just dancing around house.
I love that one.
What a funny advert! What a great advert!
Yes.
And you can just see people getting prickly about it. It's been banned, that advert, but it's not been banned because people complained about a little boy in a dress. It's been banned because the advert makes you assume that your house insurance will cover your son walking around breaking everything in house.
God.
So it got banned for that reason, but
Which
it got
is,
more
again,
publicity.
Ridiculous that people even think that.
It's a great bit of telly. I loved that advert. I understand, like, Ofcom saying, well, actually, it's false advertising. But, so the John Lewis one, to me, it's not controversial in the slightest. If anything, it's just one of the weaker adverts they've done. You know, it's nice, but it didn't make me feel as... You and I have got this thing at the minute. You're ready to cry at everything because of Leo being away.
Yeah.
I'm ready to cry at everything because A, I cry at everything, and B, I'm poorly. Right? So it takes nothing. I can watch Holmes and the Hammer and start crying if they do an house up good. You know, like, I'm ready to cry. So if the John Lewis advert's not making me cry on first viewing, something's not right.
Yeah. I'm like Betsy's Dubai Performing Arts today, and I'm missing her like crazy.
It's
and
weird, isn't it?
Which is, and it's like...
Well, she's not been back to school, and I said, I was thinking at work.
I am going to struggle.
A couple of days ago, I was thinking, my God, when she goes back to school, because you've had that company.
Yeah.
And you've pretty much had that company from one of the girls.
Yes.
Or me. Since we got back from the UK.
It's going to be hard. It is going to be hard. But and because I'm, like you said, I'm feeling like that, and I want all my family around me.
Yeah.
But yeah, the best one so far for me was the Disney advert.
So the Disney advert's called Stepdad.
Yeah.
And the song's it's a song about a stepdad, and the animation is a fella moving in with his, what do they call them now, blended family, I think it's called, when he brings a dog. It's a mum with a couple of little kids. It doesn't tell you what's happened to the real dad.
Yeah.
But there's signs of him around in a menu and stuff like that. Look, I'll not give away All the links to these adverts we're talking about will be in the description of the podcast. Give them a look. Anyway, it's really long. It's about 2.5-3 minutes long, but it's for Disney, so it's a Disney animation.
Yeah.
And my God, it punches you in the emotions. It's
Yeah.
relentless, punching you in the emotions.
Yeah, it's lovely.
Tearjerker.
Yeah.
Jenna Coleman has done an advert for Boots, which I really loved because it's like sparkly and Christmassy and family.
Yeah, it grew on me, that one. It's still not my favourite, but it was better than John Lewis.
I described it on Twitter as being a Mary Poppins rip-off because basically it's a magic handbag.
Yeah.
She opens a Boots handbag. Well, first thing I said is Tommy Cooper because, in fact, Tommy Cooper died doing this trick. He used to pull things out of a bag and he'd pull a ladder out, and it'd be seemingly coming from nowhere. So it's half Tommy Cooper, half Mary Poppins, but it's very twinkly and very sparkly. M&S have done Percy Pig.
They've done a couple of different ones. They've done like a foodie one, and then
the Percy Pig one, everyone's loving. I just thought it was like,
yeah. Oh, well, is that the one Dawn French plays the?
Dawn French is the little fairy thing.
Yeah.
And it's Tom Holland is the pig. I thought the pig was what's his name? Who everybody doesn't like, James Corden. But it's Tom Holland apparently. But anyway, they're really playing on Percy Pigs, and I think we're in agreement that Percy Pigs aren't as good as everybody makes out.
Nah.
Or
Colin.
Percy Pig and Colin the Caterpillar get way too much love.
Yeah.
Look, I don't drink, but the sparkly gin bottles are better than the Colin the Caterpillar.
Oh, right. So, I was looking at that earlier, the sparkly gin bottle. So now this year, M&S have totally built on that. They've now got light up glasses, which I can't find.
Yeah.
But I've seen somebody in Dubai has got them.
Yeah.
And when you pour your liquid into them, they light up.
Oh, I like that.
And then there's LED candles. So you light the candle. And when you light the candle, the rest of the glass...
Oh, I like that as well.
Lights up.
I like lights.
There's also LED tablecloths. I was like, oh my God. I was like that, ready to press buy.
Yeah. We've booked Leo's flight home for Christmas.
Yeah.
Which is exciting. Paying for it wasn't exciting.
Yeah.
I've not said anything yet because I don't want an argument, but I'm like, is this part of his Christmas present? Because it was £1,000. He's coming home for Christmas.
I think probably part of my Christmas present, not so much for him.
Oh, well, that's good. That saves me a whole lot of worry. So in buying him this ticket, and there's some sort of thing where there's a student discount, but not only that, they get 40 kilograms baggage.
Yeah.
Which is immense. And I saw your eyes light up because I'm just imagining you're going to fill that 40k.
Well, I've already looked on Asda and...
Yeah, he's got no idea how much he's going to be dragging back. The funny thing is, I wouldn't trust him. If he was in this house now and I said, go in the kitchen and fetch me a fork, he'd fetch me a knife.
Yeah.
So the fact that you're willing to trust him to possibly bring Marks and Spencer's glassware back, it's just, he's no idea how to pack things like that.
I know.
It's not going to happen. Just stick to things like what
the
you can't
Radio
break.
Times.
Radio Times.
Yeah.
I mean, that's going to be the wrong one. So that's all exciting anyway. I can't wait to get him back.
Yeah.
Already got some good things planned when he does come back.
And he's got a job now.
Oh, we have been bugging him in that parent way since day one about getting a job there, getting out there. And he applied for a job at the cinema. And then he missed the interview first time because there was a mix-up with the email and he couldn't go.
Yeah. Which sounds like...
But then he didn't pull his finger out. And I was saying to him, every time I spoke to him, he by the way, he goes to this cinema probably 2 or 3 times a week. And I just kept saying, every time you go to the cinema, ask for the manager.
Yeah.
Ask for the manager. Say, I applied for a job. You didn't get back to me about the interview. Can I have another interview? He dragged his bloody heels for a month, but he's finally done it. And what happened?
Yeah. He's now what's his... Something assistant. General assistant, which is probably... It could be cleaning...
Cleaning
up the popcorn. It could be selling the popcorn.
It's the lowest.
It could be... What else? What else do you do at cinema? Selling tickets?
Cleaning out the cinema at the end.
I know. The one he said he doesn't want is to be the guy that goes and tells people to shush.
Well, I'll tell you what, there's one job worse than that he's not going to like. The toilets. And cinema toilets.
But do you know what? This is only the second month, and I actually think... none of his friends have got, in his flat have got jobs. He's done really well to be getting a job so soon. And for a university student, full stop, to get it in his second month. So I'm really proud of him.
It's good. What else have we got? We did Halloween, which seems like forever ago now. Was it like it's a week ago?
Yeah.
We did Halloween and we did it properly We did it outside, and it was all right.
Well, we went all out. You went all out on the lighting and sound projection, and I went all out on food. Did the teeth cookies and blah blah blah. All that. We spent a good few days on and off. Preparing for it because Betsy had said, when Leo and Honey were small, we did it all for them a few years running, and we've not really done it massively since Betsy. And anyway, we promised her we'd do it this year. Yeah, we did it, and then at the end of the night, she went, "Yeah, it wasn't as good, was it?" And I said, "What do you mean?" And she went, "I think I just prefer it when you and Daddy come and walk round with me."
So literally, we could have not done all the decorating, which took weeks and cost a bomb. We could have not done the buffet, because we did a buffet for our friends as well. So we had like a Halloween party in the house, which took days, and you can see pictures of it on my Instagram. All manner of expense, shops back and forward, and we could have literally, on the night, put a bloody bin bag round the shoulders, took her around streets, got a couple of buckets full of sweets and been done.
Yeah, well, you stayed back and
to scare the neighbours and the kids.
Yeah.
Went really well.
Yeah, you had fun. I think...
but at the end of it, and then the tidy up after, I was just like, this does not... It doesn't weigh up how long you take doing it.
Yeah.
You always say about Christmas dinner, the amount of time you spend cooking a Christmas dinner compared to like the 15 minutes of eating it.
Yeah.
It doesn't weigh up, does it?
Well, and it's the same when you have to put your Christmas decorations down, but you've had your Christmas decorations up for a month. You've had your Halloween decorations up for a day. It's like for a couple of hours in the evening, and all that effort.
Pointless.
Yeah.
And I know there's some people who are very anti-Halloween, A, for religious purposes, or B, because it's an American thing. But I'm not like that. Anything that we can do with the kids to make them have a good time, it's fun.
Isn't it? Yeah.
I mean, I really miss bonfire night, because it was bonfire night yesterday.
Yeah.
And obviously you don't do it out here, but I used to love bonfire. I prefer bonfire night to Halloween as a kid.
Yeah, I did. And you roasted chestnuts and the jacket potatoes and all
of
those
that stuff.
smells.
Very, very wintry feel, innit?
Yeah.
It's nice.
And Leo said to me that they'd bought sparklers.
Oh.
I love sparklers.
Love sparklers. So that was Halloween. A couple of recommendations for you.
Yeah.
Have you got anything else you want to do? Because we're coming up on half hour. My soup's on. I probably need to get a stir.
No, it can wait. It can wait.
Okay. A couple of recommendations. Stath Lets Flats, which we've not seen.
Yeah.
And it's on Channel 4 in the UK. There's ways of getting it. You can see bits of it on YouTube. It's Jamie Demetriou. He's got his sister, what's her name? Natasha Demetriou. She's the one out of What We Do in the Shadows, the vampire thing.
Right.
And it's just silly, funny. They're on about series 4. Well worth a watch.
Right. Does he have a Greek accent in real life?
Yeah, they're Greek.
No, I get they are
His
Greek.
name's Demetriou.
No, I get that, but
they're not as Greek as they are in the programme.
Right, okay.
And obviously he's not as stupid.
I assume he's
playing.
grown up in Britain, so
yeah.
I assume he's got an English accent. So,
but a bit. I think he's got a bit.
I'd like to hear what him and his sister sound like in real life.
Well, his sister is on... first time I heard about her was on the Adam Buxton podcast. I didn't know who she was, and then I started seeing her pop up in things, right? And on the Adam Buxton podcast, she was so funny. She told an anecdote. Their dad is in this program. Basically, it's an estate agent, right?
Is it their real dad?
That's not the real dad.
Okay.
But the anecdote she tells about her dad, apparently he goes around when he's out walking, if he sees a dog muck, he just picks it up with his bare hands.
Oh.
Right. Funniest anecdote, but she's also the one who said about that perfume that I was trying to get you for ages, which I can't remember the name of it, but she said it's the best perfume in the world and you can't find it anyway. It's dead. Do you remember I went to get it for you and we found it in
vaguely,
the posh bit of Morley Emirates, and it turned out I just smelled horrible. It's not like cigarette ash or something. But Stath Lets Flats. The other thing, Dear Evan Hansen, which is out in the cinema. If you can see it, it's a musical. We've seen it.
Yeah, well, it opened on Broadway, I think 2015.
Yeah, it's going back some.
And the guy that played the lead in Broadway won numerous Tony Awards.
Yeah.
And they've used him in the film.
Impossible to describe on paper. If I was to say to you, it's about suicide and teen angst and depression, but it's brilliant and it's a musical.
Yeah.
It doesn't fly, but it's actually well worth a watch. Parents will love it more than kids.
Yeah, Honey loved it. Betsy loved it, and we loved it. Leo didn't like it, but yeah, the main guy blew me away.
So good. What a voice.
Yeah.
Right. Have you got anything else?
What about the Outlaws? Have you talked?
The Outlaws. I think we mentioned it. Stephen Merchant's new thing.
Yeah.
So it's a BBC one. It's got Christopher Walken in it. It's set in Bristol, so you may have seen the story about a week ago about the the lorry reversing into the harbour at Bristol.
Yeah.
That wasn't part of the filming, but it was the makeup truck from the filming. Anyway, it's got about 4 episodes online already, and I think it's really good. It's getting really moving. I wasn't that bothered at first.
Yeah.
But it's good.
What's
it's well worth a watch.
Stephen Merchant.
He's doing the voice.
Yeah. I'm doing. What's he say? Bristol's famous for 3 things.
Yeah, crack, Wallace and Gromit.
I think I've remembered the brother's name.
Go on.
Is it Buzz?
Yeah, it is Buzz. Well done on Home Alone.
Yeah.
What great recall that is. I had an idea for a new feature we could do.
Yeah.
Called Things That Would Sound Good on Gogglebox. We love Gogglebox, don't we?
Yeah.
And often I'll say in the living room, because I often think we'd be a good family to have on Gogglebox, if not for how much swearing we do.
Well, this is the thing. Some people don't like swearing in front of their children. We don't care. Well, it's not that we don't care, but we're not.
I care, but it's out before I know it.
Our kids know that me and you swear quite a bit.
Yeah.
The funny thing is, I mean, I'm sure Honey and Leo swear amongst their friends.
Yes, they do.
Betsy, none of them.
Betsy's really prim.
Yeah, none of them repeat it, which is. But I think because we're so open about stuff like that, it's like. It's not even a thing. Yeah.
Liberal snowflakes.
So yeah, we swear. We were quite.
I often think, I imagine the camera being on us on Gogglebox. It's not a vanity thing, because Gogglebox is full of, let's face it, some pretty much down at heel people.
Yeah.
Right. We love half the families on there. There's some I can't stand.
Yeah.
But that's the rich tapestry of life, isn't it? And I think about us on it. Would we be liked? Would we get what would they say about people? Look at the dad laid out.
They'd be
on
looking
settee.
at what we got on the table, evening crisps.
The snacks, yeah. And I think you come out with some absolute banger lines that would be great on Gogglebox, right?
Yeah.
So I want to do a feature where if we hear each other say anything from now on, rather than say that would be good on Gogglebox, we save it for here on my new feature called That Would Be Good on Gogglebox.
Right, okay.
Because sometimes it's not about the telly. They'll just show a random clip of them saying something.
Yeah.
Like Jenny and Lee in the caravan. They're always doing something like cutting a plant or plucking her nose or something.
Yeah.
Right?
I love them too.
So I've got one that you've said in the last 24 hours.
Go on, are you going to do it now?
Yeah, I am. Have you any idea what it could be?
No, I've got no idea. And are we still going to be friends after?
I'm going to say it anyway. Right, things that would be good. Things that would be good on Gogglebox. Number 1.
Go on.
Shall I do your voice in my terrible country voice?
Yeah.
Look at my big hairy toe. So we're sat in living room.
Oh no.
We're sat in living room. Laura's got a foot on the coffee table, which is in between me and the television. And she just wiggles the little stumps and goes, look at my big hairy toe. And I did a ghost erection. I went, fatong, like that, as though, like, good, well done for turning me on with that saying. So is that good? Is that a good feature?
Brilliant.
Would be good on Gogglebox?
Can I explain why I've got a hairy toe?
Because you're a big hairy woman.
It's only on one.
Do you need to explain?
It's only on one toe. No, but
look, it's just a body.
Normally, I keep my toe hair under control.
Well, I think that's as good a place as any to end today's episode 60. I'm glad we've done it because it's been on my mind that we've not done one, and we will try and get them a bit more regular.
I really want to do. We mentioned it a while ago. The 7 Pillars, the Alan Davies podcast.
You want a copy?
I want to do it just for one episode. I want you and I to do our 7 Pillars.
Have you written them down?
Yeah, I have.
Okay, we'll get that together.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, well, thank you, everybody. Remember, like, subscribe, give us a 5 stars, tell your friends about it. Hey, if everybody who listens told their friends about it, it'd be about 13 listeners. No, we've not been 8 charts for ages because we've not done a podcast. I check them every day. So I hope you enjoyed this one. I was going to get back into... We're making carrot soup.
I can smell the garlic coming through the AC. It needs a proper
stir now, and I've got to zhuzh it.
Yeah.
So we'll see you next time, everybody. Love you lots.
Bye.
Oh, I've not got my thingy ready. It's professional, isn't it? That's why we get all listeners. Say bye again.
Bye.
The end.